All right, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. As a female, cisgender, Latina actress, I am offended. And as soon as that son of a bitch president of ours, Donald Trump, lets me out of this cage, I'm gonna go get my friends from MS-13 and we are going to take Netflix down. What's up, everybody? Ty Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world, once again commenting on something that I have no dog in the fight in. Yes, I am the SJW version of a nosy neighbor. I am the Mrs. Kravitz of the SJW world. I have no dog in this fight. I am Latino though. And so a friend of mine asked me about this and I said, yes, Tiffany, I will talk about it. Because why not be outraged along with everybody else? So if you guys don't know, a Meryl Streep movie has just premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival. It's called The Laundromat. It's Steven Soderbergh. It's going to be on Netflix. And apparently for the rest of the movie, Meryl Streep plays her regular white woman self. But then halfway through the movie, they put a prosthetic nose on her. They bronzed her skin. They padded her hips. And they made her a curvy Latina. Sounds kind of sexy when you put it like that. But people are mad about it, like people are mad about everything. Some people have even called it blackface. So whatever with that. I'm so tired of people comparing things to the black struggle. I'm not even black and I'm tired of people comparing things to the black struggle. Get over it. Have your own struggle. Stop trying to put everything in the black context. Just stop. I know you think that's going to be your card and that's your way that everybody's going to be like, you are so right. That is just like the black struggle. It's not. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Just accept your struggle is your own. And this is not like blackface. Meryl Streep playing a Latina. The only thing I would be mad at about that is that there's some older Latina actress that's actually working in a laundromat while Meryl Streep stars in a movie called The Laundromat. But turns out that the movie really doesn't have anything to do with a laundromat itself. It's about the Panama Papers, whatever that is. Let me not pretend to be smarter than I am. Something to do with insurance and who knows? Anyway, it's supposed to be a dark comedy. It's by Steven Soderbergh. What do I care? And one of the main people that's mad about it is a man named Richard Lawson. So can you tell me where Richard Lawson's Latino roots are? Why he's so up in arms about it? I mean, the other ones at least had Latino last names, but even that doesn't matter to me. I watched the trailer. I saw that Cristina Alonzo is in the movie. Woo, woo, hey, hey, hey. I was happy Cristella's in it because if you don't know Cristina Alonzo, she was the first Latina to ever have her own sitcom named after her. It was on ABC and it was called Cristela, and I watched every single episode of it. I know her from the comedy scene. We are actual friends. I don't talk to her on a regular basis, but we're actual friends. And I'm very proud of her. And one thing I would tell you, if you're Latino and you really support Latinos and Latino rights and what's going on at the borders, Cristela is very involved in Raices, which is an organization doing a lot of stuff in McAllen, Texas to help what's going on with the border situation. She's active politically. She's just one of those people that's really putting her money where her mouth is and her time and her resources, and she shows up at different events. And so it's like, if you're trying to take down something that she's involved in, to me, that's the dumbest thing to do ever. And if you're already upset about something that you haven't even seen, like, why even go that route? And what makes you think that Meryl Streep did take this role from a Latina? They could have wrote this little piece and were like, okay, this is just going to be a stupid little thing we do. Your Meryl Streep is going to look fun, that you're playing against your regular serious type stuff and you're doing something that's completely silly, and it just happens to be a Latina character. And Meryl Streep was like, well, I didn't mind when Harvey Weinstein was fucking all those starlets behind my back, so why would I mind playing a Latina? I'm old, let it ride. And so she decided to take the role, and I don't blame her. Maybe they threw in a couple extra dollars, slid her a little envelope, and she was like, yep, I'm doing it. I am Latina. At first, maybe she said, you know, I am not going to play a Latina. I'm Meryl Streep. And then they showed her a check, and she was like, what did you want from me, senor? And they were like, Meryl Streep, we're going a little more Central American. You're doing Mexican right now. She was like, well, my maid's Mexican. And they were like, well, you got a new maid. And she was like, bitch is fired. I'm getting a new maid. Thanks for the money. She put it in her bra. Done. But I don't really want to have an opinion about it until I actually see the movie. And I will watch the movie because the trailer looked funny. So if this is actually meant to bolster viewership, you've already got one extra viewer, because I wasn't going to watch it. I hadn't heard of it. Now I've heard of it. I'm definitely going to watch it. It reminds me of about 15 years ago, there was a movie out called A Day Without a Mexican. And when the billboards for it popped up all over LA, people were so offended because it was white people holding like cleaning supplies. So implying to the average person looking at that billboard that all Mexicans did was like clean, like a stereotype thing. But really, a lot of them do clean, let's be honest. But everybody was outraged and upset. So I was like, I have to watch this movie. So I went to this little theater that showed Independence on the day that it came out. I watched the whole movie. The whole movie was boring. It was shot kind of documentary style, but it was part science fiction. And it showed, because like I said, it was kind of mockumentary style. And so it showed like the statistics on how agriculture would shut down and all the things that would be affected outside of just like, you know, the made traditional stereotypical what people would think on the outside. And the movie just sucked, but technically it had a very pro-Latino spin on it. And when you saw the movie, it was just outrage for the sake of outrage. So, like I keep telling you guys, stop getting outraged about everything, because in this case especially, all you're doing is pumping up their numbers, because otherwise I wouldn't have paid attention to that trailer. Anyway, this has been Ty Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world.